Hello, Patrick.
Hi. How's it going?
How's it going? So you are pretty new to town, huh?
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
Been about a month.
Okay. And you came here from the US?
Yes, I did. Well, actually, I went to Cuenca first. I was there for about a month and a half, and then moved here.
And you are a chiropractor?
Yes, I am.
Very good. And so we're here with various tables and inverting equipment and things.
Yeah, I got everything here. It's one of my. Actually, I work here, then also work at my house, so I have like 2 places I can work.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, good first month.
Yeah, it's been good. I like it.
And how did you hear about this place? What brought you here?
Actually, I heard about Vilcabamba just from kind of internet stuff, like just podcasts and stuff. Just because I'm interested in. I always kind of wanted to get out of the United States, like because I used to travel a lot on cruise ships.
Oh.
So like playing piano. So I've been like almost everywhere, and ever since then I didn't really want to live in the United States, just because lots of different reasons. So eventually I got to the point where I was kind of ready to just get out of there and trying to figure out where I want to go. And I kind of was thinking Latin America somewhere, just because cost of living was cheaper, and just seemed like it might be nice, different, good opportunities. Also, it's a little bit closer as opposed to like Asia. It's kind of far. So I was just kind of open to whatever, and then one day I met a guy who's a patient, and he said he was moving to Ecuador, and it sounded pretty interesting. So we became friends, and we just kind of kept in touch, and I was kind of kept in the back of my mind, like, yeah, maybe that'd be a good place to go. So then about a year or 2 later, I was thinking either like Mexico or Ecuador were my main 2 options. And I ended up going to Ecuador just because, I don't know, probably because my friend was here, partly. And also because actually with the chiropractic, the laws are better here actually, as far as the regulations. It's actually not regulated, so so I just pretty much go out and start working. It's like just easier to deal with it. As opposed to, I mean, most countries outside the US, it's pretty easy to work. But the thing is, it could change any time, and they're always trying to, you could be working and they could just all of a sudden make it so you have to be licensed in that country, which could take who knows how long,
right.
5 years or something. So I figured for now, this should be good to work out.
Nice.
So I just decided to come here, and then my friend was in Cuenca, so I went there first because I'd never been to Ecuador before. And then I came here to visit after a couple of weeks, just because I'd heard it was pretty cool, and I kind of liked it here more, so I just moved here. So now I'm here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my story.
Very cool. And you are set up here alongside the New Life Birthing Clinic. How did you end up being here? How did you connect with Morgan?
So basically, when I first moved, I knew I had to sort of post stuff, let people know I'm here. So all the Facebook groups, there's a few different ones. I just posted I just put a picture of my business card, and said I'm a chiropractor, I'm looking for work, and I'm available to see patients. And actually, right away, within like an hour or 2, one of the people that works here, she actually went back, but she immediately sent a message saying that she was interested in adjusting, but also she kind of liked, it was opportunity with the place she was working. So we ended up like meeting up and talking, and then I met Morgan through her, who's like the head person. Yeah, and it's the first time I really had my own business as a chiropractor. So yeah, so it's like there's always like stuff you have to learn, but I feel like I did enough work in the States as a chiropractor, so I feel like I prepared for like enough time. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
How long were you working in chiropractic in the US?
Like 3 years. pretty much.
But you were working like at somebody else's clinic or something?
Yeah, I worked at a few different places. The first year and a half, I would say it was, I was in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York and Delaware, and I was working in that, it was like personal injury places. So it was the more legal and like mostly car accidents. And basically, the money was pretty good, but it's just some of the way it was set up was not exactly ideal for. It was like a little sketchy actually, depending on who the owners were. I mean, it was kind of driven by lawyers and basically money and like basically trying to get as much treatment for each patient as possible to make their case look good. So it was weird. I mean, it was, in a lot of ways it was good, good experience. Just to kind of, you need to just like when you first graduate, you kind of need to just take whatever you can get because you don't have enough experience to really, be where you need to be eventually. Like it takes some time to like really get your skills up to where you can just be able to be a good chiropractor. So I was happy just to do that for like a couple of years and make some money. And then I just kind of wanted to get out of the East Coast, but also I just stopped doing that model of car accidents that I was doing. And so by that time I had some money saved up, so I hadn't really been out west much, so I just did a trip out there. I wasn't sure I was going to end up, and I ended up moving to Colorado, and I was there like 2 years. And so when I was there, I worked in another different kind of model in terms of chiropractic. It was more like a wellness where people would pay cash, so there's no insurance, anything like that. And it was like a kind of a big company where it had many branches all over the country. So that was a good experience because it was a totally different way of treating people, and like it was really more based on adjusting people and like doing a good job as far as just having people come in and knowing how to adjust them exactly the way they wanted to. Whereas the car accident thing was more like they would do physical therapy and acupuncture and all those different things, and like you just do barely basic stuff, like almost nothing, and you'd bill for it or whatever. So whereas the other place, it was people who came just to get adjusted, and so like if you did a bad job, like they would be pissed off, and there's more at stake, and there's more reason to have to do a good job because you don't want people complaining and not coming back because you didn't have to work. So another good thing about that job was there's a lot of different chiropractors working there, so you could see what they're doing, learn some of their stuff they're doing, and just being around them, you learned a lot. So for me, like I learned a lot doing that. It was kind of hard. Like we've seen a lot of people, like 40, 50 people a day sometimes.
How many?
Yeah, it depends. Like could be 50, 60.
Whoa.
Yeah, one day. And like you're working like a lot of times with no break, sometimes 9 hours. So
wow.
It was crazy. I mean, people burned out quick. I mean, there was a huge turnover rate. A few months and the next person. But there was like so many people that were just desperate to work that they could always get. And it was Denver, so there were a lot of chiropractors, a lot of people moving there all the time, so they could always hire new people. And people would get fired all the time just for nothing. So it was interesting. I mean, overall it was good because I learned a lot, but it was not like it wasn't a long-term thing. It wasn't going to lead towards anything, really just to get the experience. And ultimately, if you're a chiropractor, you kind of want to have your own practice because otherwise you're just a slave forever. So once I got to the point where I knew I learned everything I needed to, it was just a matter of time before I could. It's just a matter of figuring out where I wanted to live and settle down somewhere. Because that's the hardest part, because you could pretty much go anywhere as a chiropractor. Because there's people everywhere.
Bring your hands with you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just you kind of have to kind of listen to your own intuition and sort of like what do you really want to do, and like forget what everybody's telling you. And it's weird for me because like I kind of just knew I wanted to move here, even though like I hadn't been here, and I figured worst case scenario I could try it out and just leave. But because a lot of people say you should go first and see if you like it and everything. And I could have done that, but it's a lot of money just to like go travel, fly somewhere, and a lot of time. So So I just was like, just go for it. You could say it's like kind of hard to make money here just because there's not a lot of people that have a lot of money. But if you're willing to sort of live on less and not worry so much about being rich, and just because the cost of living is so low that you don't need a ton of money.
Right.
You have to just, what can I do that would be enough that like I can just live off that. You know, it's more important to be somewhere you like the vibe, you like where you are, and not instead of just be like, well, I gotta make a ton of money.
Right.
Because it's not all about the money sometimes.
I think a lot of people are happy to have another chiropractor in town because there were a couple, as I'm sure you're aware. One of them passed over, and I think the other one's not practicing anymore. And then there's one who kind of comes and goes. So it definitely feels like it's kind of like a gap in the community. But you're going to fill.
Yeah, that's the other thing it's kind of cool because when I came in, everyone kept telling me like, oh, there used to be 2 guys and now they're not working. And it's kind of oh well, I'm here. Like maybe that's a sign. Like maybe I'm supposed to could be here. Like just it was like good timing. Yeah. That's why I always felt like I came at the right time. And people like there's a lot of people who kind of like almost waiting for a chiropractor to whatever work with it or get treatment. Yeah. So that's the thing. You have to you gotta be in tune with things and just kind of like listen to your intuition and be like, you know, where's the right place to go? It's not so much your head, it's like your heart. Trying to like go with what feels right. So I think the timing was good. It came at a good time. How's
your Spanish?
It's okay. It's not not great. Like it's pretty basic. Yeah. You know, because I hadn't really. I mean, I took some Spanish like in school, like in college, like in high school and stuff. But until you actually kind of have to go abroad, I think, to really work on it. And so I mean, it was good that I had a little bit of background just from basic words, so it was good. Yeah. But I didn't really practice much until I actually got here, like to actually study on my own. Just because I was like, well, make sure I'm actually going to go there if I'm going to start trying to learn it. Because it's going to take a while to learn. Right. So yeah, I mean, I got a ways to go, but I try to every day do a little study, like a few months, and also just try to practice with people, just with the Spanish speakers, and just try to communicate with them as I can. So I mean, I can kind of communicate basic things, but I'm obviously need some more work on that. It's a work in progress. But I guess, you know, if I'm here long enough, I'm sure I'll get better. Yeah. Hopefully.
You foresee yourself at this point staying here?
Yeah, I mean, I hope I can. That's my plan. I got the visa professional, so yeah. You know, the next 2 years will be good.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, I think because I moved so many times, like before the last, 10 years I've moved around a lot, and kind of just want somewhere I can stay for a while, just to like chill out and just work and build up some clients. And yeah, have a pace to somewhere I can just kind of live and just not always be like, where are we gonna go now? And we're selling my stuff, and it sucks, man. Yeah. You're always moving and selling stuff and then rebuying it and then starting over. And yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens, but hopefully at least for a while, I'll stay here. Yeah.
And you used to play piano on cruise ships? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow. So you're obviously very handy with your hands.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, that was really my first thing, like since I guess high school. Like I majored in music, you know. Yeah, I was into like jazz and like blues and stuff when I was like a teenager, and then I got actually more into classical when I was maybe like 18. So yeah, and it's also it's a weird story because I kind of screwed up my hands from playing wrong and decided to like stop. Oh. Yeah, so like I always had this weird thing with my body like not working right, and my shoulders. So it's probably why I got into chiropractic, because it's kind of just I really wanted to figure out how that all works and like what's going on. Why is my arm not working right? And yeah, I mean it was like I took time off from playing, and I could I could play right, but it was something I always screwed up with my arm, and I couldn't really hit my left arm couldn't hit the right notes because it was like out of the socket or something.
Huh.
Yeah, but I still managed to get the cruise gig, which is cool. But I did like 3 years, and basically because I was really good at sight reading music from all the classical, so I could anything they put in front of me I could just like play it. But so like for that gig it was pretty good with it. But as far as like doing solo type stuff, concerts, like I was never quite at that level. I was more like the band, like just in the band, like a part of the group. So yeah, so like it was a great experience, like really fun traveling, playing music. Because I became a chiropractor, I think it helped my piano playing because I was able to fix my arm. Yeah, it's very serious.
Nice.
It's like I had to get that fixed first before I could progress. And the only way I could do that was to like actually figure out my own, like how the body works, and then apply it to myself. So that it's still like not quite there, but it's like way better. And it also helped me for when I had patients, because like whenever you have like your own personal experience, it really sinks in more. Like you understand it better because you've been through it. So I think it helps me as a like chiropractor and a doctor to really get deep into what's going on and like help people to fix their problems. So it's just the way it worked out. But I still play piano. It's like part of my like. It's like, and that's just part of who I am. Like I have to play music, otherwise I go insane.
You have an instrument here?
Yeah, I get it's an electric piano that I got, after I got here. So it's not obviously. I'd like to have a real piano, obviously, because it's way better. But at least I can play, and it's like, it's it's like an outlet, and it's not bad actually for 300. It's a decent instrument. So yeah, and I play every day, and then I mean, I'd like to get it, eventually get a piano, but we'll see. Take it step by step.
What are some of the things you've been enjoying most about being here so far?
Well, probably just everything. Obviously the nature and the being more like in a peaceful place without the noise and the big city and the pollution, and the people are nice, they're friendly, like everyone says hi to each other, and you have like if you like being outside, like there's trails and you can go hiking and it's beautiful scenery, beautiful mountains. That's probably the main thing, and then just like all the people you meet, like really amazing people. You're all doing interesting things, like people you would never meet like anywhere else.
Yeah.
So maybe certain places, but like in general, like every time and it's like every day you meet someone new, and it's like they're interesting and that's really cool. Whereas most places it doesn't happen at all. Like if you meet one person, you're lucky. So, it's amazing. It's just a small town. Like the people, like you meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
And it has everything you need. You can get like good organic food. It's not expensive. All the different health, like there's a lot of healers and health type people. So like whatever you're into, you can pretty much get it. It's pretty good. I mean, and then if you really need to go to the city, there's a city not too far. It's only 45 minutes. It's like a 2-hour taxi. So you can. It's not like you're like totally just in the middle of nowhere. It's like you're still within like society. I mean, it's society here too, but you have the best of both worlds, because if you need to go to the city to buy, because here like there's no like huge stores where you can just buy whatever you want. All the stores are kind of small. So occasionally you might need to go to like a bigger city to get what you need, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then besides that, like the weather's perfect pretty much all the time. And what else? Cost of living, it's good. Like apartments are cheap.
What have been some of the challenges you've encountered so far living here?
I mean, not really. I mean, most of the challenges are just internal, like your own mind trips. Like stuff that really shouldn't be a factor, but because you turn it into a problem, becomes one.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like stuff that it could be anywhere. It's not even so much has to do with here.
Right.
It's just like you're gonna bring your own stuff wherever you go.
Yep.
So that's I mean, as far as challenges I've had, it's not anything really related to here. I mean, the only really challenges would be just trying to start a business, but that's not even. I wouldn't see that as like a problem. It's just like something. It's like a fun challenge. It's like something that gives you reason to, when you go out into the streets to the town, something to like talk about. Like, hey, you're starting a business. So it's just like something you have to do, but it's fun. It's, besides that, I mean, hasn't really been too much negative things. So.
Has anything been surprising for you?
Being here? No, I mean, Carnival is kind of.
Can you describe Carnival for us? What is Carnival for those who don't know?
I don't know. Everyone just goes. It's just basically like a big party for like 4 days in the town. Everyone just kind of freaks out, and basically everyone's like throwing water at each other, throwing water balloons, and like spraying each other with cream. And but it's cool. It's fine. I kind of avoid it just so I don't want to get wet and I don't get the cream on me. But it's not so bad. I think they have like live music and all this different stuff there's like a stage downtown. And they have different things. It's kind of cool. You can different like selling beer and stuff on the street. It can get pretty busy, like pretty crowded at times. Was
that your first experience of Carnival, like anywhere in the world?
Well, actually, I went to Carnival in Brazil.
Yeah.
When I was on the cruise ship. That was cool. That was a while ago, but that was fun. Back then, I was more like into that sort of partying type stuff.
Yeah.
So I went to the big stadium and I saw all the marching with the bands and everything. So that was pretty cool. I mean, I like Brazilian music, so and I felt like I was lucky to be able to do that. So it's kind of similar. Of course, it was a way big city because it was like Rio de Janeiro. So the whole city was partying. Here it's like it's pretty a lot smaller.
Right.
So I mean, if you're into that kind of stuff, then I'm sure you love it. But most people I've met, most people like the gringos here, like they just try to avoid it.
Yeah.
They're just like, I'll just stay in my house for a while.
Right.
Because it's a little bit,
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's very intense for a small town.
Yeah.
But you get through it. It's fine.
All right, so I have a chiropractic question for you.
Okay.
I have weird crunchy stuff going on in the back of my neck on the right side, and it has been for some weeks. Would you be willing to work some chiropractor hand magic back there?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Sure, right on.
And then we'll come back and
Say that one.
I'll say whether my head is on differently or not.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I just got adjusted. That was amazing. I literally, when you get all the clicks going on and it literally feels like your head's on differently. That's what's going on right now.
Come see me. Vilcabamba.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you have some kind of a website already where people can...
Yeah, my website right now, I don't use it a whole much, but so it's called ascendchiropractic.net. N-E-T.
Okay.
So it just has some basic information. It's mostly, I do like manual adjusting with the hands, like different techniques, as well as activator, which is more gentle. You can sort of do it anywhere on the body. And also, it's I kind of do everything. So like a little bit of muscle stuff, stretching to loosen the muscles up. A little Reiki too, Reiki master. So yeah, I'm just like a holistic kind of practitioner, but obviously adjusting is my main thing because I'm a chiropractor.
Right.
So yeah, pretty much any problem you have, I can probably help with, especially if it's pain related, nerve related, muscular related.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was revolutionary. Come see Patrick and get clicks all over.
Yeah, everything.
If you're in Vilcabamba.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.